Hi, hello.
Hi, Valerie.
Hello, hello. So, I am Valdana. I would like to introduce very shortly me. And I'm working as a cinema and culture journalist for more than 10 years on national TV, on other portals. So, I'm very grateful that you agreed to have conversation with me. Because Sirāt, the movie, I watched in Cannes this spring, and I remember the feeling, when I heard this first sounds of rave. It was really a very special moment. That's why when I saw the possibility to talk with the composer of the movie, I was very eager to do it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for this discussion.
Um, I also would like, while I'm preparing for the interview, I've read that your first profession was architecture.
Yes. Yeah, I used to be an architect. Yeah. I worked as an architect for a few years before gradually moving into more music. But I didn't choose really this life. Like it just came because my first album, came on Western Noton, and then slowly, gradually, I had to choose between sound and architecture. So I had to, I made choices. I don't regret it.
And my question was, composer, DJ, or architecture. How do you feel most? Is it catching yourself that is thinking like an architect?
Well, I guess since I studied architecture for like 7 years, and it's been always part of my, sort of like the first impression, like when you're a young adult, and like what you learn is it's gonna stay with you the most. I guess in the 90s I was a teenager, and I was listening to rock music, and then I studied architecture, and like all these things melted together, uh, and then like from being more like in the noise industrial, and like studying architecture. When I moved to Berlin, it was I felt very connected to the avant-garde electronic music scene that was there. Especially like the experimental one. That's why I started to work with Carsten Nicolai, Alvanotto, these kind of people. I mean, I was lucky enough to meet them through my architecture work. So the connection was there from architecture, art to experimental music, and then later on, dance music. It's a
And
continuum.
that's how you can describe your music.
Yeah. Yeah, which is it's like all these things together. It's like one continuum, which is I love being on the edge of all these practices. Like it's some say it is like like sonic architecture, and some say it is like experimental techno or something. But for me, it's kind of the same. I describe my sound, or like the sound I found on the way, like that, like something that is informed by all these stages of my life.
And that's why Oliver reached out to you like via email, ever
Yes,
read?
yeah,
Yeah.
literally,
So
like
how was
as
your
you say.
collaboration with the director?
It's he just reached out by email, said like, "Look, I have a project I want to talk to you about. Can we talk?" And I
So
said,
he was a fan before.
I mean,
He
he
was.
knew my music for sure. He loved my music, and he loved especially one album I did 10 years ago, which was called Solence Arc, and it was released on Rasanoton in 2014. And these type of sound that are on the album became the sort of like the footprint, or like the base for the sound, the texture that we wanted in the film. And then, so we only used two tracks from this album, but then that I remixed. The rest is new, but sort of like evolved from that type of sound. Very granular, very raw. Um, dark and distorted, and also analogic, very analogic, like very corporal and visceral, which fits very well with the images of that Oliver produced, I think. We thought,
But,
at least.
yeah, yeah, definitely. Was it your first time you were composing for the film,
It's the
like
second time.
for the movie?
Second. Second.
And how like cinema and like techno music, and call it techno music. Like how can I describe the music which is like harmonized in the movie?
Uh,
Can we call it like techno music, rave
I
music, or
mean,
it's
you can call it I mean, techno is more like usually for to describe the one where that has strong beats
yeah.
and to like half of the film of the score is has no beats and it's more like ethereal and ambient.
Okay.
So it's
Yeah.
kind of I would say a sort of uh, ambient or like textured ambient or down tempo electronic music. It's in the realm of electronic music, but for me, it doesn't really matter how you do it. It's more it's the tool I use, but it doesn't matter really if you call it techno or ambient. I don't mind. It's just music. But that's it. But it's the yeah, it's
I I'm
good.
sorry, I'm quite ignorant, in
Oh
this
no, no, no
terminology.
problem. Absolutely no
Then,
problem. But you can,
so I
yeah.
wanted to ask if was it difficult to adopt such kind of music, whatever how we would call it, in the cinema, in um
No,
especially when it was your like second time, and
yeah.
it's very like I can imagine like quite difficult probably.
I didn't find it difficult. Like for me, the more difficult thing was to find the right texture, the right amount of because the right amount of like emotions and also pain and violence and psychedelism. Like there are a lot of layers in Sirāt that Oliver wanted to convey. So he always speaks in very abstract terms.
Okay.
He says like we need some light, we need some pain, we need to, and there are a lot of emotions, different emotions. Like in the rave, it's like it's a party, and then later on, it's like there's like grief and 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 uh, and like drama and action and like so there is a lot of stages and with electronic music when you play with electronic music there is not like uh, let's say vocabulary of preconceived things, where in normal scoring you know that if you want to have like tension you do like staccato or pizzicato like violence like, and then you go, you have like all these vocabulary of tradition of scoring. There is less so in electronic music because there is less of it. There's less tradition of it. But I think it will build, and I like the way the fact that I can work on a very plain, undiscovered field almost, or like very less discovered field, because it's open. It's more like sonic interpretation. So there's a lot of trial and error
Okay.
trying things. If they work, it's fine. If it don't work, it's you go further and you try again.
Okay. I also read that
Sorry,
80% of
sorry, Valdone, we need to wrap. Sorry.
Uh,
Time
uh,
uh,
is time is over. I'm sorry.
okay, thank you so much.
Thank
Thank you
you,
so much.
Adon.
Good luck.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.